obviously not as popular as I thought I was, because the videos that we've been doing have been so popular. You've got me sat here again doing some more. This is not a comfortable thing for me to do, but if it helps you guys, I'm happy to go through it. Right, question that we've had is regarding why in today's age of technological marvels do I still use an independent incident handheld meter? It's very simple. There are two forms of meter. There's a reflected meter, which is in your camera, and there's an incident meter, which is generally the handheld type. Basically, the difference is very simple. The reflected meter measures the light that bounces back from a subject, and the incident meter measures the light that falls on the subject. I believe, because it's scientific fact, that the incident meter is far, far more accurate. Let me give you an analogy. Let's substitute light for water, and let's just say I wanted to enter somebody into a Miss Wet T-shirt competition. And to give myself the biggest chance of winning, I'd want to get the ideal amount of soakage right. Now, what would give me the most accurate way of determining how much water I needed? Would I get a more accurate result if I measured the water before it left the bucket, or if I threw water at the subject and tried to measure what was bouncing back? Because in essence, that's what's happening with the difference between reflected and incident light. Reflected light is affected by the colour of the object. For example, this t-shirt is black, mainly black, because it absorbs virtually all wavelengths of light, whereas a white t-shirt we perceive as being white because it reflects virtually all wavelengths of light. Things are blue because they absorb all other wavelengths and just reflect blue, yada yada yada, etc, etc, etc. So if we go back to our analogy, I would get a different reading from the water that bounced back depending on what the subject was wearing. If the subject that I was trying to enter into the wet t-shirt competition was wearing a t-shirt made out of cashmere, it would absorb a higher degree of water than it would if the t-shirt was made of cotton, which again would absorb more water than if it was, I don't know, a kinky rubber number. But the bottom line is the water that splashes back is affected by the absorbency of the outfit, just like the light that's reflected back is affected by the depth and the tonality and the colour of the object. I know, as you know, that if you take a picture of a bride and a groom, which is probably the hardest thing in the world to meter for, one being predominantly white, one being predominantly black in what they're wearing, I know that if you take a head and shoulders shot, a half-length shot and a full-length shot from exactly the same position, just zooming in and out, under exactly the same lighting conditions, just with a different crop, your reflected meter camera will deliver different metering results. Why? Nothing's changed. The continuousness and the degree of light is still exactly the same, and that's proof positive that an incident meter is far more accurate than a reflected meter. Hope that helps.